As you can see, this is my heaviest squat, bench and deadlift training of the week, and today I'm just gonna quickly go over how it went for this week. Starting up with the squats here, I had a prescribed set of 3 at RPE 6 today. Last week I had a prescribed set of 3 at RPE 5, so a bit heavier today. Last week I did 187.5 kg, and this week I did a 200 kg. I was just aiming for around 195, but the last one of 180 felt so good that I was comfortable going for 200 and thinking that I would definitely not overshoot. And I didn't. I maybe even undershot it a little bit, even though it was pretty heavy. So squat turns out to be going really well. I have also already gotten used to not hinging so far back before the squat. Now I just need to make sure that I'm staying a bit more in my quads on the way up. But other than that, technique is looking really good in the squat and strength is looking incredibly good as well. Now moving on to the bench press, I had a prescribed single at RP6 today. Last week I did a single at 145, and this time I ended up going with 150 kg, and it was again a bit of an undershoot, maybe closer to RP5 to 6 this week. But it is hard to tell with singles in the bench press. It's also singles with long pause here, so way harder for me than normal pauses. So here's my bench press, 150 kg for a set of 1, moved really easy. However, as you know, the hardest part for me in the bench press is simply just to maintain my arch rather than actually press the bar up. If I can maintain my positioning, I can almost always press the bar. Which is also why I've experimented with a bit of beltless bench press here the last week. Maybe I can maintain my positioning better without a belt, even though I might not be able to press as much. It can still be worth it if I can maintain my positioning better. So the beltless bench press did make me cramp less. I tried one more back offset here with the belt, and I did have definitely more cramping here than without the belt. So maybe it is worth it. However, there is more stress on my lower back without the belt, and the bar feels slightly heavier in my hands without the belt. So I'll see, maybe it's worth it, maybe it's not. We will detect that over time. So the worst lift for today was definitely the deadlift, both in execution by me and strength that I had of the day. So I had a prescribed set of 3 at RPE 6, again, just like the squat. And last week I did 240 kg, was very fatigued, just came off competition there. Today I did 260 kg, but it was probably a slight overshoot, maybe closer to RP 7 or maybe even 7.5 or 8. But definitely not happy with that. I should definitely have taken maybe 240 or 250 as the last warm-up before, but it was still not a huge overshoot, and my technique was still alright. It could definitely have been better, but it wasn't terrible, and I held the tightness okay, and it wasn't like RP 10 or like I didn't fail or anything like that. So it could definitely have been worse, but definitely not good by me. So what I've been thinking about, I also thought about this before doing this day, is trying getting a velocity tracker for the deadlift, or just for the squat and bench as well. A velocity tracker where I can help get a more objective measure of how I am strength-wise for the day, to try and figure out my top set ranges a bit easier by that way.